And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that lovely duct tape from times gone by as we have returned with the upper bracket finals. We just wrapped up with Nice versus Demi. Went all the way to the ace match, went all the way to game number 3, but now we are here with a TvP. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have someone who is beloved in our chat. We have the best player in all of Japan. It is the Orange Terran player. It is HonMonO. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Taiwanese Protoss player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Nice. Golden Aura once again, and I am very curious as to what HonMonO is going to bring to the table. So for those who are curious, those who do not know, who are not familiar with this player, HonMonO, aka HonMonO, aka HonMech, HonMacro. He goes by many names, but he is the cheesiest player in South Korea. What do I mean by that? He's a Korean. Technically, he's a Korean player. He's born and raised in Korea, but he lives in Japan. He currently lives in the land of the rising sun of Hapon. And he's very aggressive. In TvP, I think after casting him for like 2-3 years, I've seen him like take a third base maybe like a handful of times. Like we've a lot of 2-base all-ins, a lot of 2-base all-ins in this matchup, even 1-base all-ins, proxies, you name it. He has no shame. And we love him for it. We love him for it. But I have heard something. He did play TvP earlier. He did play TvP against you a couple of rounds ago, and he, I heard, is a bit of a Cyclone enjoyer. Of course he is. Of course he is. The Cyclone has been changed quite a bit in the new patch, and a lot of Terran players have been experimenting with Mass Cyclone, and I wonder if HonMonO is going to whip it out here against Nice. Give me the Mass Cyclone. Oh boy. We've been seeing it attempted quite a lot today. I say quite a lot, maybe like 2-3 times today. I believe we saw Gumiho try it. We saw Estrella off race and try it against a Protoss as well, against SOS in KSL, with mixed success. I say mixed, not much success at all, to be honest. But we'll see. We'll see what HonMonO can bring to the table here. For the time being, it is just a Rax expand into that second gas geyser. Factory is on the way. And the first Cyclone is upon us. But this is just a safety Cyclone in the early game. For those wondering, you do not need a tech lab to make Cyclones anymore. You can even reactor out Cyclones 2 at a time. Can be done. Ooh, as a bit rough. We do commit to the shade, and the Adept does get hunted down. Back at home, Stargate Opener. Stargate Opener out of Nice is going to be going into Phoenixes, which is quite standard. I'm a little bit surprised. Phoenix production here into Colossus. Phoenix Colossus on the way here for Nice, or at least it looks to be the case. We'll see if we can get a read on what HonMonO is up to, as we ourselves are trying to piece that together as well. Adept doesn't shade into the main. So far, the wall is up. HonMonO is able to defend. And we do have a scout into the main base. The first Cyclone has been spotted, but again, it's just a safety Cyclone. Oh my god, as breaking the lock-on was not quite enough, the Phoenix just barely does escape. As HonMonO is going for an add-on switch. Okay, so we're getting into tank production. So we only have 2 Cyclones for safety, just to maintain control of the bases. Phoenix has been revealed, which means HonMonO is fully aware of what Nice is up to, despite not scouting. He's aware of at least a Stargate. There's that Robo on the way. From here, Nice should be expanding and taking a third, and then working towards Colossus production. Meanwhile, these Phoenixes, they've been taking a lot of hits. Oh my god. And HonMonO, he's pulling a couple of boys. He's sending everything across the map. And then he pulls back for a moment. Trying to avoid those Phoenixes. But there we go. He's going to be committing. All right, what kind of push is this? We have 2 Cyclones, a tank, a medevac, and quite a number of Marines as well. Oh. As hopefully everything's okay. Just experiencing bits of a lag spike, but it should be clearing up. as HonMonO is making his way towards that natural. Tank has arrived. Cyclones as well, some solid lock-ons. Shield batteries are finishing up just in time. We do have an overcharge available. No, we do not. But the tank does go down. With the death of that tank, that is the death of this push. No, sorry, the tank was barely saved. Good juggling here from HonMonO. The SCVs they can repair. Meanwhile, across the map, looks like a couple of workers. Oh, wait, sorry. It was actually on the front lines. A couple of workers did go down. The tank has been repaired, and we can keep on pushing. Bunkers as well. HonMonO trying to force his way into that natural, trying to contain his opponent. Good target firing. The first bunker does fall to the Immortals. Second bunker as well. And the Phoenixes, they're catching some reinforcements. Marines are falling. We now have a second tank. Oh, as one of them is going to get picked up. And that does create an opening. As the tank is barely going to get saved. Oh my god, HonMonO. But the Nova! No! Massive Nova, massive connection of the Marines on the Cyclones. And that may just be it. Suddenly HonMonO, he plummets in supply. Phoenixes, they catch more Marines, they catch a Liberator. HonMonO attempts to just keep on pushing, but cannot. He does take down the Disruptor at least. Nice, overextending for a moment. We have more tanks on the way. They do somehow bypass those Phoenixes. I spoke too soon. Spoke too soon as the tank does get caught out. Behind this, we have a Fleet Beacon and a second Stargate. Nice, working towards Tempest. Meanwhile, HonMonO slowly gaining ground, pushing his way towards that natural. Has he taken too long, though? So we are bleeding out some of these Marines. Another bunker goes down. Nova goes off, taking down a lot of those SCVs. We only have a handful left. So here we go, HonMonO edging his way closer towards this natural. That base has taken a lot of hits already. Nova goes off. Doesn't connect. Disruptor goes down. HonMonO, this may just be too much Terran. This may be too much HonMonO. GG gets called as he breaks through the natural and takes game number 1. GG. Let's go. GG, well played. And yeah, just like that, HonMonO does take game number 1. In quite a close fashion. I mentioned getting into it that HonMonO, it's very rare for him to take a third base, and yeah, 2 base all in coming in from HonMonO. Really interesting. He had a couple of Cyclones in the mix, but really they were just there to support and to protect those tanks against the Phoenixes, and they did a great job. It wasn't just that, really good control out of HonMonO constantly, time and time again. We had some good micro out of him, preserving his tanks, preserving his Cyclones. Really nice control out of our Terran player. And we'll see if he can replicate that as we are getting into game number 2. We're getting into that second game. And can Nice bring it all back? He is the most honorable of honorables. Exactly. And here we go. We're getting into our next game, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Hecate, we have the South Korean Terran player living in the land of Japan, representing Team Cranky, not Cranky. He is not a Duckling. He is attempting to become a Duckling. It is the Orange Terran. It is HonMonO. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Taiwanese Protoss player representing Starlight Twinkle down in this series, looking to fight back. It is nice. Oh, I see the chat catching up. It's beautiful. Oh my god, and yeah, HonMonO pulling off that 2-base all-in quite well. There were some clutch moments where he took some Novas to the face, some big Novas to the face, but outside of that, was able to pull it off, was able to just slowly suffocate Nice. But that was merely only one face, one facet of HonMonO. Show us the rest. Show us how hung you really are. How hung you really are. Ay. As for now, we do have a Rex Expand setup. Very standard economic opener here out of HonMonO. Does wall off and does force this probe to stay in the main base so he can hunt it down. Meanwhile, back at home, Nice going for a Gate Cyber Expand. Very standard opener from our Protoss player. And unfortunately, he won't be able to save this probe. Is going to go down to the Marine. And HonMonO takes his natural on location. So again, very economic out of our Terran. Nice, he's scouring the map, scouting. I don't blame him. He has, oh my god, a probe and a Zealot. Making sure that he isn't being proxied. And again, HonMonO has a reputation. Nice is aware of that. Also, exclamation mark Funada Chicken Man in the chat. Mate, what time is it in America? Get some rest, papi. Get some sleep. Get some veg. Ay. I mean, I got a lot of love for Chicken Man. Got a lot of love. You know, he's a fellow beast of the air. Fellow fowl, if you will. So take care of yourself, papi. Take care. As we do have this Zell getting across the map, getting 2 SCV kills. Oh my god. Getting more damage than it really should have, and you know what? It's bought enough time for the Stalker to rock up as well. Can we get another kill on that SCV? SCV already does take a lot of hits, and yeah, this CC is being heavily delayed by Nice. Nice, getting so much done with so little. Oh, but a bit of an overextension. The Stalker will fall. Was it worth it in the end? Again, a big delay here on this expansion. Another Stalker is on the way as well. This is a bit ambitious from Nice. Does have to be careful not to throw away too much, as the CC does complete back at home. Oh my, this is not standard. Nice, he's going for a Robo Opener instead. Okay, so this seems to be, I was going to say very safe play. You can get into a fast Immortal in case you're being all in. But no, we have 2 more gateways, so it's going to be 3 gates in total with a Warp Prism. Nice is going to be zooming across the map with vanilla gateway units. So again, no blink, no charge, no glaives. But despite that, these Stalkers can do a lot for themselves just because we have a Warp Prism to defensively blink in a way. Not quite blink, but you know, it's close enough. We can micro, we can control, we can juggle. And Nice is going to be keeping the pressure on his opponent. I do think this is a good idea. I do think that HonMonO thrives when his opponent plays standard. When his opponent is playing normal, that's where HonMonO can really get into his game. But if HonMonO is forced to be the defender, that's when he is the most uncomfortable. That is when he is outside of his comfort zone. And here we go. Nice. Going to be pushing in towards that main base. He's got his Stalkers, 6 of them. You can go for a Warp as well. There is a Cyclone in position and a tank as well. Without blink, we cannot dive on this. We cannot dive on the tank. Nice, having a hard time finding damage. It looks like he is within range of at least the depot and the reactor. Boys are being pulled, but the depot will go down. Tank slowly getting within range. As Nice does bleed out a couple of Stalkers. 1 Stalker goes down. Nice does have to be careful as we're not quite within range of the lock-on. Nice dropping into the main. Good control, not losing any of his stalkers, just going to be applying pressure here at the natural, being annoying. Behind this, we are transitioning into a Twilight Council, Robotics Bay, and a third base as well. So nice teching in every direction, while his stalkers keep HonMonO busy. In the chat, it's officially ass o'clock, but I will go to sleep. Get some rest, papi, get some rest. Buenas noches, buenas noches. As HonMonO finally regains control of his natural. Behind this, oh, we do have that Raven upgrade on the way. No CC, by the way. No third CC. Just with a 3-1-1 setup. HonMonO trying to chase down that observer. And yeah, HonMonO, he's going to stay on a relatively low SCV count. He actually barely has saturation in his main. That is a little bit concerning. He did lose a couple of SCVs, but it looks like HonMonO has been missing some macro cycles. He's heavily behind in the worker count. This harassment from Nice, it may not have killed too many units, but it really has done a toll here on HonMonO. This is not looking good. His macro has been slipping. He's been falling behind. And here comes HonMonO, now with Warp Prism speed, now with 2 disruptors. Looking to connect with that mineral line. HonMonO, he barely has an economy to begin with, and now it's going to look that much worse. And here we go, the Novas have arrived. Oh! A little bit lackluster, and here we go, we do get the lock-on! Pull the boys. Let's go. Pull the boys, Papu. We are going all in. The prism has fallen. 2 disruptors go down, and HonMonO, he's sending everything across the map. It all will end one way or another. Either Nice defends and survives and forces game 3, or HonMonO wins it all here and now. In a panic, we have shield batteries being thrown down. 3 shield batteries here for Nice. He's got an Archon on the way. He has control of the high ground. He has a sentry for force fields. For HonMonO, he can avoid that ramp. He can go the long way around instead. He rotates over towards the right-hand side. Oh, this is going to be a slow push from HonMonO. He does have a lot of tanks, but they are barely within range of this fight. I feel like we need some urgency here for HonMonO. We gotta go, papi. Here we go. Immortal drop into the tank line. 2 tanks go down, but we still have 3 more. Is this going to be enough? At the same time, looks like we have a Zealot run by here in the main base. HonMonO losing everything back at home. He has to commit. Big anti-armor missile. The tanks are sieging. The Ravens do have plenty of energy. We can either disable the prism or throw down auto turrets. Ooh, as the disruptor has arrived, do we disable? Up! No! The Nova! We do disable just in time. Nova will not connect, but the Zealots, oh my god, they do get a surround on the Marines. Regardless, yeah, GG gets called. HonMonO, he runs out of steam. The surround was too good, and Nice ties up the series 1-1. Ooh, GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. We're going all the way to the ace match. Again, HonMonO, the pressure was on him, but that was a brutal engagement. The Zealots got on top of the army. Again, it was brutal for him to lose 2 tanks earlier on as well. And he had nothing back at home. His economy was non-existent. GG. Game 3. It's time for game número 3. Catching up. SCV control is nice. It was. Sprays live VIP with water. What do you mean? What are you talking about? All PG-13 here, papi. All above board. Above the belt. Ooh, as game 3 is going to be taking place on Alcyone. Alcyone. This is where it all ends. All comes down to this. As a reminder, the winner of this series moves on to the grand finals. The loser will move down to the lower bracket finals, where they will have another chance, another opportunity to make it and to have a rematch with the winning player here. And here we go, spawning in the top the top right hand corner of Alcyone. We have the South Korean Terran player living in the land of Japan, representing himself alongside Clan Cranky. It is HonMonO. Cranky, goddamn. And spawning in the bottom left, we have his opponent. We have the Taiwanese Protoss player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Nice. Here we go. We made our way here into the ace match, and we'll see what kind of direction HonMonO goes in here. We have yet to see too heavy of a cyclone commitment, and I want to see it. I want to see it. Apparently, HonMonO did whip it out earlier against the Australian Protoss, but that was off screen. That was off stream. For now, once again, HonMonO going into a Rex expand, setting up for an economic opener, as the CC is going to be thrown down on location. Back at home, Nice going for a gate cyber expand. Standard stuff so far. Oh, as Nice is going to be a little bit annoying here, and he will delay the CC. Oof. Oh god. Does delay it and also forces it off center as well. So nicely done here by Nice. Able to be a little bit annoying. This space is going to be a little bit more exposed. Obviously, Terran, we can lift up the CC. We can reposition it, but that is just going to slow down the mining and the base here that much more. So a nice little win early on for Nice. God, I need to stop saying Nice. God damn it. As HonMonO is just getting into his racks, into his factory. Again, economic setup all around. And the first adept is making its way across the map. We're on the way. Now, earlier in Game 2, we saw how much Nice was able to delay the CC. We'll see if he can replicate that success. Nice trying to make his way towards that SCV. Gets one of the Marines before being forced back. But the CC will complete. And HonMonO is going to have to reposition. When I saw the shade, I was concerned that the shade was going to get underneath the CC. That would have been very annoying. We do see Nice pushing forward here with his first adept, with his Stalker as well. Going to be denying mining time. Oh, is going to deny this Mule as well. A big blow to the economy once again for HonMonO here in the early game. But the Cyclone has arrived, and with the arrival of this Cyclone, HonMonO should be able to regain control of his bases. Adept goes down. And finally, HonMonO can mine freely from his natural. Meanwhile, once again, 2 games in a row, Robo Opener. 3 gateways, just like game number 2. HonMonO is going to be moving out here. Sorry, Nice is going to be moving out with this Warp Prism, with Vanilla Stalkers. And he's looking to snowball out of control and try to pick up whatever he can. SCVs, Marines, tanks, add-ons, whatever he can get his hands on. Now, the downside of this opener for Nice is that it doesn't scale too well into the mid-game, which means that he has to get damage done. What I mean by that is we don't have Blink, we don't have Phoenixes, we don't really have too much map control if we do end up losing the Prism. And so far, really good juggling coming in from Nice. Preserving his Stalkers, picking up a lot of Marines. The Cyclones, they do push on forward. Attempting to get lock-ons on the Prism. But again, that was a good trade. Nice didn't lose anything, and he got 8 Marines. Oh, well, 6 Marines in that fight. So really good trade there out of Nice. As he comes in with reinforcements, and he's looking to do that again. Ooh, as the bunker is going to go down, repairs are not good enough. And we do see Nice taking control of the natural once again. Picking up SCVs. The tank does have to reposition. The Immortal has arrived. And HonMonO is in a lot of trouble. Does manage to take down that Observer in the end. He's got a second tank on the high ground. He's trying to wall off. Immortal doing what it can. Does dive on top of the Cyclones. Does get one. He's going straight for the tank, and the tank goes down. And it looks like there's just too much. The Immortal barely survives. Oh my god. Oh no. 3 HP. And alas, it's just been too much here. HonMonO has to lift up his natural. Give up his natural even. And back at home, Nice is just probing up. He's working on a Twilight Council. Going to be working on Blink or even Charge. Nice, he's done the damage that he's been looking for. He doesn't have to keep pushing. He can, but he doesn't need to. As he throws down a Gateway Explosion. Immortal drop into the main base. SCVs are going down one after the other. There is no stim. These vanilla Marines are having a hard time dealing with this. We do get a lock on, but the Prism will escape. And Nice is just getting further and further ahead. Like, at this point, just because of how poorly HonMonO has been trading, even a 2-base all-in, even if we pulled all the boys, I don't think HonMonO could pull it off. Another tank goes down. The Immortals survive. And again, HonMonO, he's down to only 2 tanks. He has a 3rd tank now popping out, and there just isn't enough here to move out. There isn't enough to really punish Nice. Really, the only chance that HonMonO has is if maybe Nice is too greedy, if he cuts too many corners, if he loses this War Prism again. As he trades 1 Immortal for a tank. Worth it for Nice. Back at home, Storm is on the way. High Templar are out. You have that 1 Immortal from earlier. And HonMonO is taking a 3rd TC. Looks like he himself has also recognized that he cannot all in from here. He just doesn't have enough of an army. He's gonna have to try to go for a longer game. He's putting a lot of his hopes and dreams on this double drop. Drop is coming in. We do have Stim. But the army itself is already very, very... It's been through a lot already. Zealot's gonna force it back. Here comes the main army. We just don't have enough. A big storm on the tanks. Feedbacks on the Ravens. And there's just too much Protoss. HonMonO cannot hold on. These things have just escalated far too quickly. GG, Nice will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Nice. 2 games in a row going for this Robo Opener into 3 gateways, being very aggressive, very in the face of HonMonO, and this time HonMonO wasn't in position with his first tank. He kept his tank in the main base a little bit too long. And we saw that Nice was just snowballed out of control at that natural, broke on through, and was able to maintain his lead. Congratulations, Nice will advance on, and HonMonO gets knocked down to the lower bracket.